Hello and welcome to Web Development 101 with Alex Merced. On this show, we'll talk about all the basic concepts of web development in a way that anyone can understand, whether it's front-end web development, back-end web development, and full-stack web development. If you're new to web development, I recommend listening from episode 1 to understand all the concepts from beginning to end. You can also learn more about my own personal projects over there at AlexMercedCoder.work. Thank you. Hey everybody, this is Alex Merced and you're listening to Web Development 101. And today we're going to be talking about Ruby. Now Ruby is basically used to be a very dominant language. Why? Because having an MVC framework like Ruby on Rails was sort of very innovative at the time. And everybody wanted to use Ruby on Rails to be able to deploy much grander web applications. And that was all fine. But over time, frameworks like Ruby have popped up in other languages, and Ruby has basically not been the fastest framework you can use to build out your application right nowadays in Ruby or in any language. It's not the worst. It's still a great framework that you can do great websites on, but for larger and larger applications, they're looking to a lot of newer frameworks. But does that mean Ruby is dead, like everyone likes to say? No. I mean, Ruby has declined over the years, but if you're looking for work as a Ruby developer, there's still many firms who have created websites using Ruby on Rails, considering most of your household name companies that still need developers to work on that legacy code. 2, there are a lot of newer Ruby frameworks, such as Sinatra, and several others that some are actually some of the fastest frameworks around. Okay, when building a basic website, there's a website online somewhere where actually kind of like listed all of the different backend frameworks and their speed, and many of the lesser known Ruby frameworks actually went out on speed. So a lot of those newer frameworks, all it needs is just one startup with making the right application to kickstart the desire to develop in that particular framework. So there's a lot of Ruby frameworks that could really help bring back Ruby in a big way. But again, there's still a lot of work in Ruby, even though sort of the big growing names are JavaScript and Python. And then probably down the road, languages that compile into WebAssembly. But again, Ruby is a cool language. It has a couple things that you don't see in other languages. Oftentimes, in most other languages, you create if statements that are based on whether something is true, and then you would just use the not true operator if you want to test if something's not true. Ruby actually has sort of a if statement that checks if something's false, and loops that work that way, and has a lot of different types of structures that I have not seen in other languages, which makes it very interesting. But that's the deal with Ruby. So if you haven't learned Ruby, I highly recommend the LearnWebDev.com course. There you can learn pretty much all the main languages in a very nice systematic way. But again, the big framework that everyone uses was Ruby on Rails. Which far as new projects in Ruby is on Rails, that has declined, but there are a lot of other frameworks such as Sinatra, and then even a faster version of Sinatra called Padrino that exists. So that's Ruby. Ruby is a language. Rails is the framework. Padrino is a framework. Sinatra is a framework. Check those out, and I think you'll find another cool tool for your web development tool belt. This is Alex Merced from AlexMercedCoder.com. Have a great day and enjoy. And also, just so you guys know, there's a couple cool tools you can now find over there at AlexMercedCoder.com. So if you look at my portfolio page, you'll find the link to a networking Slack, so that way you can network with other developers. So do check that out. And 2, if you go to LearnWebDev.AlexMercedCoder.work, you will find a cool sort of, I wouldn't say course, but a guide to help sort of teach yourself how to become a web developer and sort of get you started. So my name is Alex Merced. Have a great day and enjoy.